WrestleMania season here on the Retro Blood and in the 2026. So what we decided to do is pivot the history stuff talking about this year's WrestleMania. All right, and if you go on our past archives, you can see that myself and Alison have talked about WrestleManias before that are not in the 80s and stuff. That's what we're going to do over here. All right, because WrestleMania Night 1, Saturday, aired last night.
Yes.
All right, and we're just going to go over some of the matches and give our opinions about it. All right, so we'll start off. First of all, Alison, before we get into the full review as a whole, how did you like this Saturday's WrestleMania?
I liked it good. I thought it was a good show. I think tonight's show is going to be better, but I thought it was a good show.
I thought tonight was a good show, and I did hear about some of the complaints that were going through people, but I didn't experience that too much. I think I know why. All right. So a big, I don't know if this happened to you, but people were complaining about there was like way too much commercials during this WrestleMania.
I could see that.
Yeah.
But I watched it on Netflix.
Yeah, me too.
And we don't really get commercials, but it did keep cutting to just like Raw does, where it would say back in 3 minutes or whatever. And we would see a 3-minute clip of the Hulk Hogan documentary.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have annoyed the shit out of me if I were watching it on ESPN. Yeah. It would have been like watching just an ESPN TV show with constant commercials in it.
Yeah.
But that has been a problem or something I've noticed since TKO has taken over.
Yeah.
It's just constant ads. I mean, there's ads all over the mat. Every turnbuckle has an ad.
Well, there's some records out there that show that the whole WrestleMania night, 1 yesterday.
Yeah.
They had an hour and 25 minutes of actual match time compared to a 3-hour show.
Wow.
So I didn't really experience that. Maybe I'll get this tip for everybody. This is what I did. So me and Alison, we have the VPN, right?
Yeah.
I noticed when you click the Netherlands, you don't get like almost any commercial. All right. Like you just get, they just go straight to the segment or like the promotional videos. The only commercial I remember seeing is one of the many Hulk Hogan documentary ones. All right.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same way it was for me when I was connected to London.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I didn't actually see any ads, but it would be, there would be a lot of ads. But I mean, there's ads everywhere though. There's ads on the turnbuckles. There's ads everywhere, on the mat now.
Everywhere.
And I mean, that's
to me. It's much.
It's just like how much money can we make, and we should have known this would happen as soon as Vince sold it to TKO, but
because look at the UFC, man, they put ads everywhere. So
one big complaint I would have is that the matches for the most part were really short.
Yeah, which is way different.
Way different than normal. Or than AEW's or the way WrestleMania used to be. But I mean, like the opening match was 7 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Jacob and Drew was 14 minutes, so that's good. The girls tag match with 4 teams and it was 8 minutes long.
Yeah.
Becky and AJ Lee was 8 minutes long.
So we'll break it down here. So let's just start with the I mean there's another thing too. I guess like Netflix is trying to like break down some of the VPNs. So my advice for everybody out there, just like if because this happened to me a couple of times, like when I would choose the Canadian server, every once in a while Netflix is like you're using a proxy or whatever. But if you just go outside of Canada, maybe use like London or Netherlands, I haven't had that problem yet.
Yeah.
So
go to Europe is what I would recommend.
Yeah. But let's get it going. First of all, we start off the night with John Cena in a suit. There you go.
Corporate he looked like a gangster.
Brother. I know he did. I love like a gangster. All I can notice is, man, this guy has fixed his hair.
He definitely has fixed his hair.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna start fixing my hair too, like John Cena. You know what I mean? Why not? You know what I mean? You gotta do what you gotta do. All right.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
I thought he did fine. Host guy. I thought, anytime John Cena does most of his stuff, I think it's pretty easy. You know what I mean? Beloved guy. Yeah. You could be corporate Cena, you could be rap Cena, whatever. So we start off with the tag match, which I thought it was boring. didn't really care.
It wasn't fantastic. I mean, it wasn't great.
It was like 5 minutes. Like it was. To be honest with you, I barely even paid attention to it. But I did see the speed guy, who's like a big YouTube dude.
Yeah.
I wonder if he gets flagged like we do on shit. Probably not.
Probably not, because he probably pays a licensing fee for stuff.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
But yeah,
like he did a jump off the top rope that was cool. So there you go. There's your moment.
There's your moment. Yeah. Like I hate it. My personal opinion is I hate it when celebrities get involved in matches or in matches. But this actually worked pretty good, and it was a good story.
Yeah.
With
well, he's an athletic dude, so obviously he could do the spots or whatever.
And I was a little bit worried about him doing that top rope or the turnbuckle to the table spot, because that's actually a pretty hard spot to do. Not that I've ever done that. I'm just speaking about something I've never done myself. But it looks like it would be hard, because if he jumps too far, he's gonna hit the wall. If he doesn't jump far enough, he's gonna hit the edge of the table. Yeah. So he did that really well.
So up next we had the oh, by the way, LA Knight just pinned Austin Theory like in 2 seconds. All right, whatever. So up next we got the Jacob Fatu versus the Drew McIntyre. I thought this match was pretty fun for what it was. I did like it how it. So this is supposed to be like their lights out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like except it was match 2 during the daytime.
It was their unsanctioned match that's not sanctioned by the WWE at all, even though they have sponsors everywhere. I guess the sponsors sanctioned the match, not WWE.
I guess so.
All right.
I guess so. Yeah.
So this one it's okay. So if you compare this match to a lights out AEW match, completely fucking different. All right,
completely fucking.
But for what it was, I thought it was fun. You know what I mean? We had the toolbox. Joe was scared about that. A couple wrench spots in there, a couple chair shots, a couple tables. I thought Jacob Fatu looked really good. I liked his entrance.
Yes,
I liked Drew's entrance with his sword. The sword's back. And I thought Jacob, he's supposed to win. We heard that Drew's going to be filming Highlander, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Yeah. For this match, I thought the match was fine. I mean, it was really good for what it was. But do you think that? Well, I don't know if you heard, but the rumor going into it originally from like a couple of months ago or a month ago was that they were going to have a Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Well, but then all of a sudden it became the unsanctioned match. So I'm wondering if maybe they just didn't want to have a Hell in a Cell where this was going to have to go on the card, like match number 2. So they just did the best they could and did this unsanctioned match.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's a bunch of different plans that were supposed to happen for this WrestleMania, apparently. One of the plans is even Cody versus Drew in the Hell in a Cell. But I mean, for what it was, I thought this match was fine. Like, I thought it was pretty fun. Big moment, moment. Remember, we only want the moments here, brother.
Well, on the moments.
Good old moment for Jacob Fatu, which I think he's going to be, later on this year, he'll probably be in one of the top stars and have some good old feuds, so. For what it was, I thought it was pretty fun. You know what I mean? It could have gone a little longer.
I agree.
We don't get that at WrestleMania, brother. We get commercials.
Not anymore. Apparently, right, we got to make time for ads.
Yeah. Remember, Ram Truck gave up 25% off. They got to make that money back somewhere, brother. All right.
Oh my God, that was so bad on SmackDown when Pat McAfee shows up and he's like, "I'm gonna drive away in my Ram truck." I'm like, "Holy fuck!" Like.
Yeah, brother.
Do we have to have product placement in every single moment of this damn show?
That reminded me of the what's that movie with the metal dudes?
Spinal Tap?
No, the other one. The Wayans brothers, the two brothers.
Metal dudes.
The two brothers. With the black and blonde hair. All right.
Bill and Ted?
No, the other one, the Wayans brothers or something like that. What are they called?
The Wayans brothers?
Yeah, oh my God, the dudes with the black and blonde hair. They're like the metal guys, the Thrasher guys. All right,
Thrasher guys.
Let me see the metal.
I'm drawing a blank on this one.
Let me see if I can look it up. I forgot what they're called. But they're like these popular Wayne's World, brother. Wayne's World.
Oh, Wayne's World. Oh, yeah. Wayne's World.
The two metal guys with Austin Powers and the other guy. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, with Austin Powers.
Remember, it was like the first or the second movie where they were just doing product placement. Like, here's my Coke.
Yes.
Here's my pizza. That's what the whole WrestleMania reminded me of. Just product placement everywhere.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that show ran 3 hours and 55 minutes.
Yeah.
So you're saying that out of that, there was an hour and 20 minutes of wrestling or something like that?
Yeah. It's clocked in. There was like an hour and 25 of wrestling.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you got to consider, though. So, like, before we move on, let me mention this. So, that first match was 7 minutes and 10 seconds long. All right. But, of course, that was bell to bell. So, after that, the ads were 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So, half of that time was played in ads after the match was over.
Yeah.
That's just something to keep in perspective. But anyway, let's move on to the next match.
And we got to remember the first two matches, just like I guess today's is going to be, the first two matches are going to be airing live for the first time ever on ESPN. So cool.
Yes. First time ever.
Now, do I care about that? No. But that's cool for them, I guess. All right. So the next match we had was the women's tag. All right. This is just to get people on the card. All right. We had like Charlotte and Alexa, which I think they're a boring team. They had Bailey and Lyra, which is a cool looking team. I actually thought like the Nia Jax and Lash Legend entrance with the demolition gear was awesome. I think they should keep that.
That was great. Yeah, you're right.
And then, go ahead.
But I think their team is boring in general.
Yeah.
And I just think Nia Jax is boring. But they look great when they came out as demolition.
Yeah. I thought they did a good job there. And then we had the one surprise of the evening.
Yeah.
We had Nikki Bella giving up her spot because of her foot, giving it to the former Saraya of AEW, the former horror movie convention round girl. Paige is back. I guess she got tired of doing those horror movie conventions. All right, she's back.
Yeah, she want to get paid again.
Yeah. She doesn't want to take pictures with the fat marks anymore that are trying to hold her. All right?
No.
All right, she wanted to get that real money, that TKO money, brother. All right, so I thought she did a great job. I thought she did fine.
I mean, she looked good. I have a bunch of problems with this. One, I guess there's no way they could get Io Sky and somebody on this match, or even Kairi and Asuka in that spot. They have to bring back Paige.
Yeah, Paige, bro.
And two,
she gets more views.
She does get more views. And then Nikki comes out and says that she wanted to bring an old friend back. Like, I can't remember a single time when the Bellas and Paige were friends. In fact, I remember them hating each other most of the time. They were
maybe they have a love-hate relationship. They have a love-hate relationship, all right? You know what I mean? They love to hate each other.
So I don't know. What do you think of this match?
So
exactly.
If I said I was folding laundry during this match, would that be bad? Because I watched a little bit of it. It was all right.
No, I kind of wandered away during most of this, to be honest with you.
I mean, to be honest, listen, I like women's wrestling. I think women's wrestling is fun. But I knew what this match was coming in. I knew it was just going to be a showcase of them doing spots. And then, once Paige came back, I already knew they were going to win. So I was like, all right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll watch the final sequence and I know what's going on. Because, me and Alison, we've been watching wrestling for, so long. Like, you could tell when something is going to be a fun match you got to pay attention to. And when some is just, let's get our moments. And I don't give a fuck about your moments. I want to see some brutal-ass wrestling. All right?
Yeah, I want to see some good matches. And so far, we've only got one really good match.
Yeah. One decent match. Like I said, for WWE Street Fight standards, I thought the Drew and McIntyre and Jacob Fatu match is fine. But if you compare that to any AEW one, it's not even close. All right?
No.
So then we have some more packages, and I think we've got Hall of Fame people coming out and everything like that. I don't remember the actual order. But then the next match was the AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch Intercontinental title match.
Yes.
I thought this match was boring also.
You didn't like this?
I don't want to hate on... I don't know. I thought Becky did a pretty good job. You know what I mean? Like pissing people off and being very sneaky. But I don't know. Well, I've never been the biggest AJ Lee guy. Is that going to get me canceled?
Probably not.
I thought she was always kind of boring and full of herself. But maybe that's just me. I mean, she was good when she was like the general manager thing, but other than that, like wrestling and stuff, I always thought she was boring.
I really liked AJ Lee when she was a heel and she was like crazy and she was like in love with somebody.
Daniel Bryan,
I can't remember who it was. Daniel Bryan. Yeah. I thought that was really cool. When she was like screaming and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But like this, it's hard for me to buy this whole sincerity thing she's doing now.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I don't like about it. I think she's good in the ring still. I was really surprised that she was as good as she was when she came back.
Yeah.
But it just doesn't like when she like on Raw or SmackDown or whichever it was when she was like talking to Becky and she's like, your daughter's favorite wrestler is me.
Oh my God. No.
And like your daughter is 5. Like your daughter has no idea who AJ Lee is because AJ Lee hasn't wrestled in her entire goddamn lifetime.
Yeah.
Like there's no way that's her favorite wrestler.
Well, the line that really got to me is like, I'm your wrestler's favorite wrestler. I'm like, there's no way.
I don't think so. That's not true. That's a line. That sounds like a line that CM Punk gave her.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
All right. So next we're going to, which I thought was I'm pretty sure it's universal. This is the best match on night 1 by far. Might even be the best match of the weekend. We'll see. I thought this match was fucking great, which was Gunther versus Seth Rollins. You know?
It was great. I don't know if I would say it was better than the main event, but yeah, it was
really
great.
I thought it was way better than the main event.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it.
Okay, what I liked about this match, because this match was it's like a fight out there. Like they were going like I thought, I thought in the main event they should have booked the match like this compared to them doing it because there should have been way more animosity between Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes than Gunther and Seth Rollins. Gunther and Seth Rollins, they're going out there. They look like they were like, I wouldn't say they're shooting on each other, but they look like they were like, when somebody punches you and you get that reaction, they kept doing that. They kept doing that, like that intensity. I thought that intensity was there like the whole match, which is very rare for a Seth Rollins match. He has pretty good, he's very good, technical wrestler, high flyer and stuff. But I thought this was a really cool match with his intensity that hasn't been showcased before.
I agree. And I think Gunther is really good with intensity. Gunther looks like I believe Gunther.
Yeah.
He's one of the few modern professional wrestlers that when he says something, I believe him. Like it sounds like he really means it. Like he sounds like, like he really has something against the other person. Like when the whole thing when he was talking to Jey Uso, when Jey won the title last year before, whenever it was.
Yeah.
Jey, when he was talking about how Jey was like not relevant and he's like, I'm sorry, but there's no way you're going to win this. And he was just matter of fact about it. Like, I love the way Gunther talks, which is not something I thought would happen when he came to WWE.
Yeah.
But I love the way he talks and I love the way he wrestles in the ring. My problem, and Seth kind of brought that to this time. Like that, like you're right. They looked like they were actually in a grudge match and a fight. My problem with this is this match doesn't make any sense. Like, there's no reason for this match to happen other than Gunther randomly attack Seth Rollins a couple of weeks before Mania happened. There's no this match doesn't make any sense.
Well, the build-up didn't make any sense, but I think what they're getting at, because this is obviously the match that got plagued by injuries, was that now Paul Heyman owes Gunther a favor, and the favor is going to be him retiring Brock Lesnar, probably. Or
interesting.
Like okay. So during the match, we did have some interference by Braun Breaker, hernia-free Braun Breaker.
Yes,
back looking jacked. All right, he spears him like on the barricade. I thought he like re-injured himself when he speared him on the barricade. But he didn't.
I thought it was over. Like he looked like he broke Seth Rollins in half when he hit him. Yeah. I was like, oh god.
So then after that,
went back out again.
Yeah, then Seth got back in the ring and everything. He's looking at Braun like, you fucker. And then Gunther comes around and chokes him, and that's where Gunther finally gets a WrestleMania victory. All right? Mm-hmm. And then we get the super spear by Braun Breaker, which I thought it was okay, but it was kind of ridiculous. So Seth Rollins just standing there. Like, it looked like
waiting on him to 5 yards.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's one of those bull, when they got the bull with the flag, and then you like fake him out. Not Seth Rollins. It's like, all right, just spear me. All right? We booked it this way. It got booked. That's why we did it.
It got booked this way. I think when they think of things for Mania, a lot of times they don't consider how long the ramp is.
Yeah, I know they don't.
And he's running that entire ramp, and Seth Rollins just standing there waiting on him.
Yeah.
What would have been one thing I have a problem with this is the camera angle on it was really bad, so you could tell that Seth kind of sidestepped it so it didn't hit him.
Yeah.
So he barely made any contact with him. A better option would have been, I think, for him to dodge that entirely, or because that would have made sense as to why he's standing there, or if he'd tried to brace against it or something, and then they had a collision of the immovable objects or whatever, and then they both go down or something like that, maybe. But that's going to be a good feud, though. Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins is going to be good for the next 6 months. Yeah.
So then up next, we got probably one of the shortest matches of WrestleMania weekend, which was Liv Morgan coming out to her Christina Aguilera pop song. All right.
This was terrible. I was the match wasn't bad, but the entrance is fucking awful.
I felt like I got transported to 2005, TRL. You know what I mean? Every time I see this shit.
Exactly. I mean, you know how much I love Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
But this is I hate this.
Well, she could be a pop star now, Alison. There you go.
Yeah, sure she can. We'll see.
So she faced Stephanie Vaquer. All right.
Yeah.
And I thought this match was actually I didn't even think anything of this match. It was only 7 minutes. They barely did anything. Bunch of interference. We got interference by
the Judgment Day, of course.
The Judgment Day, Roxanne and Raquel. And then eventually Stephanie does a dive. And then she waits there. She poses for some reason, for 3 minutes. And then Stephanie comes in, throws her against the steel steps, does her oblivion, wins the match. And do you know, Alison, that this match was the exact same length as Cody Rhodes' entrance to his match?
That doesn't surprise me at all. That does not surprise me at all. But this entire match was the same length as Cody's entrance, yes.
So, on the WrestleMania show, we barely get any wrestling. You know what I mean?
Sure. Yeah, welcome to the new WWE.
It's moments, brother. You better like that moment, Alison.
Because that's all you're going to get.
It's kind of like when we were watching Oblivion on here, or Overkill on here. We have the moment of them cutting off the finger, and then we cut.
Yes.
It's the moments, man. All right, so this is when we get a couple special stuff. We get John Cena coming back, talking to the attendance thing. We don't know if they're real or not yet. The figures. And then we get Bianca Blair, can't even say her name. Bianca coming out and introducing that she is pregnant. So that's awesome. Good for her. All right.
So now she's going back out again.
Yeah. She's been out for a year because of her knuckle and stuff. A very bad hand injury. And now she's obviously pregnant now with Montez Ford. And obviously that kid is going to have the best genetics ever. I mean, God damn.
Yeah. It's going to be the best wrestler of ever.
If it goes in
15, 20 years from now.
Yeah, if the kid ever goes into wrestling, yes. But the genetics of athleticism, holy shit. Yes. All right. So that's awesome. That's awesome for them.
Speaking of, do the Street Profits still work for WWE? I haven't seen them in forever.
I know. I don't know. I mean, they're just, sometimes you just don't use them, I guess.
And they're so good, though. Those guys are so good.
Yeah, I think so. I always felt like Montez Ford should have been a heel, a single bad guy, on his own, because he had a lot of momentum a couple years of him doing a singles run, and he's a good promo, and he's a good athlete too. I thought they should have gave him the cocky heel, playboy character. You know what I mean? Kind of like what Trick Williams is right now a little bit. I thought Montez Ford could have done a perfect job doing that as well too. So. But, it's not in the cards, I guess. So up next, we got the main event. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. All right. So we have our boy Pat McAfee, which I don't mind. I think he's a pretty good heel.
Yeah. He's good on the mic.
Good on the mic. Do you ever watch his ESPN show, though?
No. Yeah, I've never seen it.
Maybe because I'm not a big sports guy, but it is kind of annoying. His show is, but I mean, hey, obviously they make more shit than we do. So what am I to say? Right.
Yeah, what am I to say, right? But I mean,
maybe honestly, we should come on here and just start talking at it. What? Hell yeah.
It's obnoxious.
Will that give me some?
It's obnoxious.
Will that give me viewers if I just act like that? Nothing. Okay.
I don't know. I think that I think they I just don't have any interest in his show. I mean, I feel like when he talks about having a wrestler on there, like I kind of feel like, oh, maybe I should have watched that. Yeah. But now I feel like it's all just storyline.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
On his show, but anyway, so he's back. I didn't understand this match at all. Maybe you can explain it to me.
Well,
I don't know how I don't know why it ended the way it did or how it ended or whatever. Well, I thought the match was decent though.
So I've been watching wrestling since I was 14, so I kind of get some of what they were trying to do here. Okay. So first of all, we get Pat McAfee coming out, long ass entrance. We get Randy Orton coming out, long ass entrance. Mm-hmm. Then we have Cody coming out. I thought Cody's entrance was cool because it was showing some of his past gimmicks. And I swear I saw the NWA World title on his little graphic too. So that was cool. And I couldn't tell if I saw the TNT title or not. But they had some belts of what they won in the past. Cody comes out. Really cool mask. He does that American Nightmare mask, which is cool. They should probably sell that. Mm-hmm. They probably are going to sell that pretty soon.
They probably are. That's probably on the shop right now.
So here's what I'm thinking about the actual match. All right. So there's a big, there's a thing in wrestling where WWE never really so they act like they listen to the fans. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Oh, the fans judge who is this. The fans do this. The fans do that. Not necessarily. Because for the longest time, we had characters. I mean, Roman Reigns is a perfect example before he became the tribal chief guy. Mm-hmm. They would book him in matches, and they would book him to be the baby face on a big WrestleMania, and they got booed the whole fucking time.
Right.
But they still booked him to be a baby face, overcoming the odds, winning the belt. You know what I mean? And no matter what, year after year, he gets booed. You suck, you get booed. Doesn't matter. We're straightforward. This guy is the guy. All right? But now, it's a little different. Now, I think the reason this match was so weird is because I think they booked the match expecting Cody Rhodes to get booed the whole time, but he wasn't.
That's interesting.
Because if you think about it, Randy Orton was supposed to be like the mega heel, right, with Pat McAfee. Yeah. But then Michael Cole so basically what happens is Pat McAfee comes in, jumps Cody, starts beating down Cody. Cody gets the upper hand, gets Pat McAfee out of there. Pat's on the table. A jelly fat comes onto the thing.
Jelly fat.
Gives him the good old elbow. All right.
Yeah.
I don't mind Jelly Rolls. I thought he's an okay character. All right. Mm-hmm. I don't particularly like his music, even though I know he was a rapper back in the day. But his country style is not really my thing. But he's fine. Exactly. I do like his motivational speaker kind of guy. I think that's kind of nice. At least he's a nice feller. He seems like a nice feller. All right.
He does seem like a nice feller. He seems like somebody it'd be fun to have a beer with at the bar.
Exactly. So he gives him the good old elbow. He's like, Cody Rhodes, get back in that ring. All right. So he's in the ring or whatever. And now Randy Orton and Cody are fighting. You know what I mean? This is the one-on-one match. Yeah. But Orton was selling a back injury. Now, we don't know if it was a real back injury. We don't know if it's a fake back injury. But he was selling the whole time. But to me, it looked like they wanted to have Cody like the heel in the match because he's the one beating on the bag, going after the bag, beating up the bag, not taking, not having sympathy. All right. Yeah. But then, it was just weird. It was like a weird dynamic. It was all like Cody. I think they expected Cody to get more booze than he did, but then he didn't get the booze. And then Randy Orton would get like a little booze and cheers. It was just really weird, like the dynamic. You know what I mean?
Huh. So that's an interesting take, and your take is probably more accurate than my take.
Yeah.
So my thoughts on this is that they wanted to have Cody and Randy in the match, and they didn't know how they were going to get there, which is why they had that kind of awkward title change from Drew to Cody in the middle, not even on a pay-per-view or anything. And then they tried to have Randy turn heel with Pat McAfee, but then people were cheering Randy more than Cody because they want to see Randy win the title.
Yeah.
And then when they go into this match, Cody like works like a heel, but so does Randy. Now they seem like they're two heels. I kind of thought this was going to be like a Bret Hart and Steve Austin from WrestleMania 13, where they have a dual turn,
yeah.
a double turn. But then, you know, especially when Randy turned on Pat McAfee, which I predicted.
Yeah.
But then I thought that he would turn on McAfee and then like start being the good guy, and then maybe Cody would start being the bad guy, and then they would kind of switch roles. But that didn't happen.
Yeah, it was weird.
They both seem to be heels at the end of this. Like it just.
Yeah,
I don't understand what they're getting out of this.
You know, they get up to that sequence. Basically, they were doing the match. Randy Orton was selling his back the whole time. All right. And eventually, Cody, they both get busted open. So Randy gets busted open by the steel post. Eventually, Cody gets busted open near his eye, too. And Cody, kind of pokes him in the eye, kind of doing a heel move. Like I said, Cody was like the heel almost the whole match. Then Randy Orton, I guess, couldn't see, even though Cody was like right in front of him, but he couldn't see, so he arcades somebody over here. That doesn't make sense. So he arcades the referee, Charles Robinson, who's been in a million matches throughout his career. Yes. And he's a frequent visitor of the Texas Frightmare Weekend, by the way.
No, interesting. So
he gets RKO'd. Pat McAfee comes down like a goof in some sort of like neck brace with his referee shirt on. He counts one. Okay, then after that, Randy eventually gets Cody. He like RKs him or whatever. Pat McAfee comes down, counts 1, 2, and then stops counting. You know, after Cody kicked out. And I guess Randy Orton was so pissed off that Pat McAfee did things the right way that he RKO'd him. All right.
I guess so, yeah.
And then doing that, referee rakes up, Charles Robinson does. Cody comes behind him, hits the crossroads. 1, 2, 3, match is over. And this means Pat McAfee is gone forever. All right. Then after this, Randy Orton now turns heel. And even though he was the heel, but he turns heel.
Again.
He hits Cody Rhodes with the belt, does the pump kick. The fans are so upset that they scream one more time. All right. And then he stands over him with the belt, super baby face now. I guess he turned again. And then that's how it goes.
Yeah, I was super confused. Like, the whole thing where he RKO'd Charles Robinson made sense to me, I guess, in a way, even though he is behind him instead of in front of him.
Yeah.
But I could see how, he can't see really well and he's disoriented and all he sees is blonde hair out of the back of his eye, the corner of his eye, and he just hits the RKO to keep from getting hit by Cody. I could see that. But like none of the rest of the end of the match made any sense at all. And I have no idea I have no idea where they were going with this. Like, but they keep. It's like, you're right. It's like Randy changed from face to heel like 3 times. Yeah. Like he worked as a face through most of the match, and then he did his legend killer pump kick, which I don't think he's done in a long time. No, remember that's what he used to use to put out, all the legends. Back in the day.
Well, the problem there's also a problem with that too. I mean, like if Randy has a real back injury, obviously he ain't gonna be wrestling. Yeah. He just punt kicked Cody, which means that's like one of his devastating moves that you're supposed to be out for a couple weeks.
Yes.
What the hell does Backlash look like for them? Is anybody on the Backlash card, or they're just keeping them out until Backlash is over? So Backlash is in like 2 weeks. So.
Oh, it isn't. Yeah, you're right. It isn't 2 weeks. They don't have a lot of setup time for this.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of wondering about that because it's kind of. I wonder if maybe the end of that match was changed because Randy is hurt.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe Randy was supposed to win it.
Because, I've had back injuries, obviously probably not like his.
Yeah, obviously.
Like I had like 3 back surgeries before in the past. Yes. And like I don't even take half the punishment that they do on their body. And even sometimes when I'm even working out, just regularly working out, my back can get twisted and start hurting. All right?
Yeah.
So, and especially all the pain that he goes through, especially if he had like a whole back reconstruction surgery, it doesn't, I don't know, it could just turn the wrong way sometimes when your back can go out. So I highly believe that he might really have a back injury or something about it, but I don't know. It's wrestling, so you don't really know. You don't know until you watched Unreal.
SmackDown.
That's Unreal,
true.
bro. Once we watch Unreal, we'll know the true story. All right.
Now, because that'll absolutely be the true story.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, because it is interesting. Because now that the more I think about it, like if Randy had won this match, the whole story would have made sense.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering if maybe like he came up injured like right before this match, and he was gonna have to take some time off, and that's why they changed it to Cody keeping the title. Because none of it makes it. I mean, think about the whole thing. Like the whole thing going into this was like Randy was like, I want to win my 15th title or 16th title, whatever it is.
15. Yeah.
15. I want to win my 15th title. I want to win my 15th title. And then Cody's like, yeah, I want you to win your 15th title, and I want you to win it against me, and we're best friends, and we're going to go into this match, and we're going to fight as friends. And then Randy tries to turn heel, and then all of a sudden he doesn't win. So like the story wasn't completed.
Yeah. Well, also,
like you would think a WrestleMania match would be.
Well, they also want him to be the 09 Randy Orton. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe that's the big. Remember, the big thing was Cody was like, I want you to be the 09 Randy Orton. And Randy Orton's like, all right, I'll do that. So I beat your ass. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, it just right when they had the Pat McAfee guy come in, it was just kind of strange. Like,
right. Yeah, I agree.
There could be multiple reasons that we heard. It could be a higher up decision. It could be Randy Orton just couldn't do that much physically because of his back. There could be multiple things that happen. So.
The only other thing I have to say about it and speculation is I wonder if it had anything to do, like I wonder if Pat McAfee was supposed to be The Rock and The Rock wouldn't do it.
Well, The Rock, he's too busy out there doing TED Talks, brother. You don't want to come to.
That's true. But that would make sense though, because remember, like last year, the whole thing about him and Cena was that he was telling Cody that he had to go dark to be able to survive in this business. And then he gets Cena to go dark, and that's how Cena beat Cody. So, if that had been The Rock coming back, that would have been a continuation of the story from last year. Or if Cody had brought The Rock and said, okay, finally I'm going to go dark, and that's how I'm going to win. And then he brought The Rock back with him as the final boss, and then he'd beat Cody as a heel with Randy as the face, and then they could have kept this thing going, and Randy wins his title at SummerSlam. That would have made sense. But the way they did it was just a little bit of both, and none of it made sense. But I thought the match overall was pretty good, though. I mean, both those guys are good wrestlers, and I was decently happy with it. Tonight's going to be much better, though, I think.
Yeah, I would say night 2 is probably. I was looking forward to night 2 anyway with most of the matches they have on here. Yeah, like I said, I like the match is fine. I thought they could do a little better. Like I said, I'm not going to give it the full judgment because I don't know for sure if his back is hurting or not. Because if his back was hurting, he did that performance. Good job. You know what I mean?
Yes, I agree.
But let's talk about night 2. So we got a couple of good old matches happening on night 2. We'll give some more predictions. Then we'll get to our review. So the first one we have is going to be airing live on ESPN. Probably the biggest match of the weekend, I'm guessing. Most popular, most hyped. Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar. I would say this is definitely.
Maybe, yeah.
Which one do you think is bigger? CM Punk and Reigns?
I think CM Punk and Reigns is a bigger match, yes.
That might be a longer match. All right.
Oh, it'll certainly be longer.
All right. But I don't know if it'll be a bigger match than this one. I think this Brock. Okay, so here's what I'm expecting out of the Brock Lesnar Oba match. Do you remember? You remember when Brock Lesnar faced Goldberg at that WrestleMania, where it was like super quick but super explosive? That's what I'm expecting out of this one. And if they don't have Oba Femi win, I don't know what the fuck they're doing because
that's I don't think it makes any sense.
Yeah. I'm gonna go for Oba with the big ass power bomb that he does. For win the match, and I'd probably give it about what do you think, 7 minutes, 8 minutes?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
If you count entrances, yes.
All I want to know is how quick is Brock Lesnar going to be sweating? The first 3 minutes, 5 minutes? What do you think?
Oh no, he'll never make it that long. Like 2.5 minutes is the most he's going to go.
Oh, that's right. All right. So then, other than that, let's see what else we got on here. Here we go. Night 2. Okay. So then we have the Intercontinental Championship ladder match, which is basically just be a spot fest. This one's probably gonna go 8 minutes too, just spot, brother. All right.
I'm looking forward to this, although I don't know why Rusev is in it.
He's there to catch everybody.
Get him on the card. Oh, right. He's there to catch everybody. You're right. Yeah. Exactly. I love Javon Evans, and I'm excited to see him in this ladder match.
He should definitely. They should give him a couple crazy spots. You know what I mean?
I guarantee you, it's going to be like a Jeff Hardy situation where he's going to do something crazy off a ladder, and hopefully doesn't get injured. But you know that crazy like cutter that he does, where he jumps off bounces off the rope, and then he's going to do that off a ladder. I guarantee you.
Yeah, I'm going to go for Penta winning it though, keeping the belt.
Penta will win this. Yes.
So then we got women's championship match: Jade Cargill versus Rhea Ripley. I'm not really cared about this one.
I do not care about this at all. I don't like Jade Cargill. I didn't like her when she was in AEW. I don't like her now, and I don't really care about Rhea Ripley anymore.
I thought Jade has like pretty good presence. You know what I mean? She kind of reminds me of like a Lex Luger, but not as talented as Lex Luger. You know what I mean?
Correct. Yeah.
She's like year one Lex Luger, but like she's like year one Lex Luger, right? But like all year round, like every year.
But yeah.
And Rhea Ripley is cool and everything, but I think she lost a little luster. She needs to like spice it up a little bit. But she's usually pretty good about like spicing up her character after a little while.
But
I'll give her
right. But you also have to remember she wasn't supposed to be in this match. It was supposed to be Bianca.
Oh yeah.
And she didn't get back in time.
Yeah. But the Bianca would have made a lot more sense in the storyline.
Yes.
I know John Cena is hosting again. I hope we get a scene with John Cena and Danhausen. That'd be kind of cool.
I know. Danhausen wasn't even on this first show.
Well, they had a blimp. I'm guessing he's going to be on this, and I'm pretty sure John Cena and Danhausen are going to have like an interaction with each other.
Yes.
Which I think is pretty cool. Danhausen's another guy who's not on the horror cycle anymore. He used to be on all those. He used to do all those conventions.
Is that because he signed to WWE?
Probably, yeah. I think once you sign somewhere like AEW, no, AEW lets you go, but I think once you sign to WWE,
you can't do it anymore.
You can't do those anymore.
Yeah. But Danhausen is like. At first, I thought that Brock Lesnar held this record, but I think Danhausen's beat him. Yeah. He's going to be the person who makes the best living out of wrestling with never wrestling.
Yeah, not doing anything. They're showing up. All right, so then we have the U.S. title match, Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. Obviously, I'm going to go for Trick Williams here. Trick Williams has been one of my favorites. Ever since I saw him and Carmelo Hayes go through the Dexter Lumis haunted house, which I still, we were going to do that when we did the Battle of the Halloween Havocs, but I couldn't find the episode. They got rid of it. But boy, that's one of my favorite segments of all time, is them going to that haunted house. I think it's hilarious. So that's why I knew he had the personalities in. And of course, he's going to come out there, huge pop. You know what I mean? Sami Zayn's obviously a good wrestler, so it should be a pretty decent match.
I think this match will be good. I hope it goes some length and not goes 7 or 8 minutes. I hope there's some length to this.
I don't know, man. You don't know about these matches anymore on these WrestleMania cards.
The only thing, my problem with this is that I don't understand. They're trying to present Trick as the super face and Sammy as a super heel. But the only reason that Trick hates Sammy is because he beat up Little Yachty.
Well,
and I just can't imagine he cares enough about Little Yachty to for that to happen. But I don't know. Whatever.
Well, it's also Trick is trying to be like the new hot star, so he wants to go after some belts and stuff. You know what I mean? So.
True.
So up next we got a grudge match. Finn Balor, who was marketed as the Demon.
Yeah, for the first time in a long time.
Which I don't mind the Demon character. I actually got to see one of them live before when he did that takeover in Dallas many moons ago. He was like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Demon, which is cool.
Yes.
But I always preferred the Finn Balor face paint more in Japan than I did the Demon stuff. I thought his Japan stuff, because it's more like comic book. It was a little bit more simpler, but a little more creepier. The Demon stuff is like kind of like, after a while, it got like repetitive. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But we'll gotta see. Maybe he'll be cool this one. I don't know. Facing Dominic Mysterio. I'm going to go for Finn Balor winning that one.
Well, the Demon has never lost.
Yes, he has. He lost twice.
Has he really?
Yeah, he lost to Edge.
I'm wrong.
He lost to Edge at WrestleMania in the Hell in a Cell, and he lost to Roman Reigns. Viva slipping on the rope.
Yes. So as the Demon character, he was in both of those?
Yeah. And he lost both. All right. They're just going to tell you. They're just going to tell you he's undefeated, but he's not.
Right. Just like Andre was never slammed until WrestleMania.
Yes, exactly. You got it. We're doing WWE history here, so we can make it up as we go. All right. So then we have the World Heavyweight Championship main event match. CM Punk finally gets his true main event versus Roman Reigns. I thought the build with this one was fine, pretty fun, back and forth promos. I didn't like the love fest that they did at the last one they did, but other than that, I think it's been pretty good. I don't know about this one. This one's the only match I can't really decide who's gonna win because, so originally, the World Heavyweight Championship was made because Roman Reigns would just show up part-time with the belt. And he was the only champion. So they specifically made the World Championship to be the working man's title. Remember when it first came out? That's why they gave it to Seth Rollins, because they wanted to be somebody who's there every night, working every night. But this is the whole new... That doesn't matter anymore. You know what I mean? So I could see Roman Reigns beating Punk and just being part-time with the belt. You know what I mean? So... I don't know. What do you think?
I don't know. I go back and forth on this one because remember they have a stipulation where if Roman loses, he leaves WWE.
Really? I didn't hear that. I don't know.
So I'm pretty sure there's a stipulation for that if Roman loses, he leaves WWE, which means there's no way he's going to lose.
Yeah.
I don't really see either one of these guys not taking time off after WrestleMania.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If I'm pretty sure Roman's going to win this and CM Punk's going to be on for 6 months because his wife also lost, so they're going to take time off together. That's what I see happening.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to believe that Roman is going to work from Mania or from Rumble to Mania and then still work through the summer.
Yeah.
But you're right. He could just be part-time and not show up every week, which is going to be not good in my opinion. I feel like, if you're going to have Raw live every week, you need to have your champion show up. And I don't know that he's going to show up every week. Of course, he could hold it for 2 weeks and lose it again.
Yeah.
Because Backlash is in 2 weeks. So he could lose it at Backlash and then take time off.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know.
I'm going to guess that CM Punk wins. All right.
Okay.
And then in 2 weeks, he faces Gunther at Backlash. And that's when he loses the Gunther. And that's when he goes away for a little bit.
That does make sense, but I could see it going either way too. I could see Roman losing to Gunther in 2 weeks and then taking time off, and then they both get time off, and then the summer sucks because their two top guys are not on it.
Well, they'll come back during SummerSlam. You know what I mean? They usually always
That's
do.
True.
So, but yeah, that's some night 2 stuff we got going on. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's a little better than night 1, but some of these WrestleMania cards lately have been okay. So.